Hey everybody, we are back at the Chamber office today to record an episode of Chamber Chat. Welcome in. My name is Bill Vitiello. I am the Director of Institutional Relationships for the Victory Bank in Limerick. I am also now the Treasurer of the Tri-County Area Chamber of Commerce. So honored that my fellow board members would put me in this role. So without further ado, we're going to meet our guests. And Haley, roll the intro. All right, everybody, welcome into this episode of Chamber Chat. As you can see, we have the split screen here, and I am welcoming my guests in here from home stream. I have Emily and Paula. Welcome to the episode.
Thank you very much. We're happy to be here.
Yeah, so that's Emily, by the way, and then there's Paula.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here as well.
Yep. And we're passing so there's one mic, just so everybody knows, there's one mic. So we're going to be passing back and forth a little bit to make sure everybody's got the audio. So it's very nice. Paula, good to see you. Emily, very nice to meet you. Please tell me about HomeStream. Just give me an overview, and then I know we're going to get into some more details.
Yeah, so HomeStream is a interior-based business, and we really focus on enhancing one's space to improve their overall well-being. We offer 6 different service areas that really focus on meeting specific home challenges, many different things that our clients encounter. So our services include HomeStream Streamlined, which is our professional organizing service, and no project is too big or too small for us. We can help you with your kitchen junk drawer all the way up to a multi-room project. We have HomeStream Sensory, and this is our sensory-focused design offering. And this brings in my background with working with children on the autism spectrum or with different types of neurodiversity. And I go in and understand what the challenges are and what the needs are to enhance the space to make it more sensory friendly. And I create a individualized interior design plan that focuses on the sensory needs of the individual. We have our HomeStream Seniors offering, which focuses on senior downsizing for individuals who are looking to move to a smaller dwelling, empty nesters, and we really focus on achieving a really simplified approach to whatever they need within their downsizing journey. We have HomeStream Styled, which is our interior design and styling service. We really focus on the aesthetics and not altering the core structure of the home, but how can we come in and improve the space with cosmetic upgrades. So we'll create different types of architectural drawings, we'll create mood boards, we'll get to understand your lifestyle and how you want to live, and we will then create a design plan for you. Again, this can be as collaborative as you'd like it, and we really focus on creating a space exactly how our client wants to live.
And you'll move the side table out of the way so I don't stub my toe, right?
Absolutely.
better traffic flow.
The egress is very important, so we cover it all. And we'll move on to HomeStream Sold, which is our real estate package, and this is to provide assistance to home buyers and sellers as well as realtors so that their clients can achieve the real estate goal that they're seeking, whether they're buying a new home, they're selling their home. We can come in and enhance that space for their real estate goal. And we also finally have HomeStream Seasonal, which focuses on creating a seasonal look in your home. We can come in and help you with decorating for different holidays. We can also come in and help you create a concept for any type of event that you might be holding in your home, as well as a bridal shower or a baby shower. We have you covered. Pretty much whatever you need, we're there to support you.
That's awesome, and I want to dig into some of these a little bit later in the episode, but I guess, Paula, if you wouldn't mind, what made you decide to start in this business?
Well, it was a couple things. First of all, I was looking to retire and wind down from my last over 11 years were spent in senior social services. And one of the common denominators that I would continually see were seniors who needed to downsize. Some were more proactive than others. And it's really never too early to start that process. Whether you're looking to sell your home and go to an apartment, move in with your adult children, or sadly, maybe you have a health emergency and you have to do it, very quickly to get funds to go to assisted living, never too early to start that process. And that was a continuing theme that mostly seniors or their adult children would come to me with, how can I do this as quick as possible? So I want to get that message out and that word out. So one of the things we're doing is trying to educate seniors on that right now, going out, doing presentations, and then assisting seniors with that process. Helping them in their home to do that, or helping them find an auctioneer to help get rid of things, helping them get things to a donation site or whatever they need help with. And so with me thinking about retiring and wanting to help in that avenue, Emily was working, like she said, with neurodiverse children, and she was also in their homes seeing the good that they learned all day in school was kind of not happening at home when they got home because of their spaces were not arranged. And she also has a degree in interior design. So the designer in her kicked in, and she would come home and talk to me about how, well, when I go with these children in their home after I've been in their school space and I see the mess and everything they learned in school cannot be transferred at home and they're not as successful, the designer in me kicks in and I'd like to rearrange, but I'm not there to rearrange. So we put our heads together and decided these were two things that our business could really handle, that there's a need, that no other business, a typical home organizer, is not focusing on these two special areas like we can. Yeah. Because of our background.
I love the story. And before we continue, I'm going to have Hailey tell us about an upcoming chamber event. So Hailey, go ahead.
Thanks, Bill. On May 10th, members are invited to be the guests of the Tri-County Chamber Board of Directors at the Membership Breakfast. The program will include a mini orientation and review of current programs, a summary of results from 3 months of work sessions the Board of Directors completed, a presentation of the plan for the future of the Tri-County Area Chamber of Commerce, and announcements of new programs, events, and offerings. Plus, register for upcoming events at the breakfast and receive a special gift. Have a client, vendor, or neighboring business that is not yet a member of the Tri-County Area Chamber of Commerce? Bring a non-member to this free event and you can be entered to win a $100 cash prize, and they will receive a discount if they join on May 10th. At this event, we are also asking for donations for Preston's Pantry through the Boyertown Area Multi-Service. So please bring non-perishable food, personal hygiene, or toiletry items to the event. Join us on May 10th from 8 to 9:30 at Spring Hollow Golf Club for our membership breakfast. See you there.
Welcome back into the episode. Paula and I were chatting off mic here. We were talking about her involvement with the chamber, both in the past and then currently how she would like to connect with some other chamber members. And Chamber Chat is a great way to do that. But Paula, I'll let you just kind of explain what you were explaining to me off camera.
So I've always been active in various chambers. As I worked through senior services, I tended to be the staff person who was active with whatever chamber the senior center was associated with. And I've enjoyed my time doing that. And so Homestream, when we formed our LLC, we joined the chamber pretty quickly. So I do appreciate the chamber, and I like to shop chamber and support chamber businesses. And Emily and I look to connecting with like-minded businesses that sometimes our consumers that use us maybe need a painter or wallpaper person or rug cleaner, somebody like that we can connect with that's also a chamber member, have a symbiotic relationship, window washers, other services that we get to their house, and we might be there to organize a pantry or to help them downsize or whatever we're there for, but yet we'll notice something that they need. And so we are open to and welcome networking and connecting with other chamber members that would want to have a relationship with us and to work together to, help the people we all help.
Well, that's what it's all about, right? We were just talking about at our board meeting this morning how it's so important to make those connections at the chamber. And it might not be something that materializes right there in that conversation. Yeah, there's going to be those opportunities because somebody has an immediate need, but it's really more about just building the relationship. Mm-hmm. And there's going to be a time and a place where you wind up connecting with another chamber member. Mm-hmm. And that's a huge part of the chamber membership and a huge part of our mission is to be able to connect with one another. Mm-hmm. And if chamber members don't wind up connecting, maybe there's enough trust built in there where somebody makes a referral to a chamber mm-hmm. member. It's just as good as doing business with somebody in the chamber. So I think it's a benefit for all. So mm-hmm. thank you for saying that. It was a really important conversation that we were having off air, and I wanted to make sure that the audience heard that as well. So Emily, I'll maybe ask you, what's something that people really don't know about HomeStream?
I think that people probably don't know everything that goes into all of our services. Like I recently just went over our 6 service areas, but they're all individualized and can all be tailored to whatever our client's need is. And that means we can be as involved as much or as little as they would like. We can offer guidance through our consultation and provide suggestions and ideas that a client can run with, on their own, or we can step in and provide them with our suggestions and then we will take over and we will do all the work. So everything is incredibly individualized and incredibly tailored to whatever the client needs, as much or as little. And again, we really enjoy bringing on, other service individuals, other tradesmen, and we can really get them what they need. Again, if it's a painter or a window washer or somebody to come in and help them refinish their floors, that's another thing. We have a lot of connections and we can continue to help them on their home improvement journey.
That's great. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you for explaining. And Emily, I want to stick with you for a minute. Mm-hmm. I'd like you to talk a little bit more about the sensory aspect. Sure. I heard that you have that background, and this is a huge part of what HomeStream does. So mm-hmm. if you wouldn't mind just breaking that out a little bit more, maybe your experience in there, and then how it applies to how you approach things moving forward.
Sure. So my background is in interior design and human development psychology, and most recently I've been working in the early behavioral intervention space for children on the autism spectrum or for children who have specific sensory needs. And I was providing one-on-one therapy for them, typically in a clinic setting or in a educational setting, as well as a home-based setting. And I noticed that there was a lot of progress and progression and structure in a school setting that was intentionally designed for them to flourish, for the therapy to take place. And there were a lot of different things in place that would allow them the appropriate environment to progress and to really build on skills weekly. But going into their home, things were a bit less structured and environments were not intentionally designed for them. And I noticed that it was more of a challenge. It could be more of a challenge, and there were just different types of obstacles that I would encounter in different types of residential settings. And I realized that with my background in interior design, understanding space planning, understanding lighting and texture, egress, all of those things could actually really be implemented for children who have specific sensory needs. And that's where I created HomeStream Sensory. And I focus on the environment, sight, acoustic, touch, space, and tailor those to an individual with specific sensory needs. So we might go in, take a look at the wall color. We're going to go in and take a look at the lighting. And if there's a child who is really impacted by a certain type of lighting or certain types of colors or textures, we're going to edit those and make them work for the child instead of the child trying to fit into the space.
So thank you for breaking that out, because I think it's really important for our chamber membership to understand that part of what you do. I think somebody listening who has a child with those needs should reach out to you. I'm sure a consultation would be appropriate.
Absolutely.
And after a quick break here, I'd like to kind of break out why you do more of a 90-minute consultation rather than a standard 60 minutes. So we'll talk about that in just a moment. Okay, so we're back after a very short break. Before we took the break, we were talking about the difference that you offer a 90-minute consultation, and I did say 60-minute. It really was a 30-minute standard from other people who offer these services. So I guess why 90 minutes? Why that much longer?
Well, the standard in, I would say, the organizing, design, space industry is a standard 30-minute free. And what we did a lot of research on this and a lot of discussion with other providers who do similar things to what we do. And we felt, till you get to somebody's house, get into their house, that's their private space, you're going into someone's home, take off your coat, sit down. If they have a pet, you have to deal with that, get settled. It's 20 minutes is over, and you don't have a whole lot of time. And typically, the presenting problem as to why somebody brought you in is not always the real problem that exists with their space or their home or whatever the problem is. So what we finally decided to do, after much thought, was to do a 90-minute consultation for a fee that then at the end of that 90 minutes, and honestly, a lot of times we're there even a little longer, we provide that person with either an emailed, or if they're older and they don't do email, we will surface mail them a full report of everything we discussed in that visit. Every room we discussed, every surface, every space, drawer, closet, pantry, laundry room, whatever. And then we will bullet point what we suggested. If at that point they want to bring us back and hire us to do some of that work, that's totally up to them. If they choose to, get their son-in-law to install some shelves or hire another contractor, or they're handy themselves and they can do it themselves, they have a plan of work that we've provided. So they have a tangible working document that they've consulted with us, they've received that. If they have some questions, we can follow up with them. But they can feel free to use us if they'd like, or again, they can either do it themselves, or like I said, have a family member do that, or they can have us do some of it and not all of it, or they can break it out into certain projects and do it in phases or however they want. But we just felt 30 minutes was just not enough time to really cover some of the problems that the people that were calling on us, just wasn't enough time.
So I think you were spot on there. I think some people call with a specific reason why they're reaching out to you, but like you said, as you have that conversation, it turns out to be something completely different. And that's why you're the experts, right? That's why you will give that consultation and you'll give that advice. So yeah, that's I think that's wonderful. Do you deal with individuals? Do you deal with businesses? Both?
We do residential is our primary,
Okay. All right.
but we will work with a business organizing, storage spaces, or, the entry to a business is extremely important. That sets the tone to your business. People get a feel for how you operate, so that entryway really should be lovely, and that's how you want to present yourself to your clients. So yes, we do work small businesses, not huge corporations, but we do some small businesses.
So, but I think that's great because somebody who's in business, they may walk through the same space every day, and it becomes very familiar to them, and they don't necessarily think of the impact that they're having on a potential client or a visitor to their space, and that's where you would come in to kind of work on that. But I think it's great. You primary residential, but you will dabble in business, which I'm sure a lot of our listeners and viewers here would definitely appreciate. So tell me a little bit more, and Emily, I'll go to you. Tell me a little bit more about, we're seeing a lot with the real estate market right now, and there's not as much inventory, and that's probably a podcast for another time. But tell me what role you would play in the whole real estate transaction, the buying or selling of a home.
So we will connect with realtors, either if they're, working with buyers or sellers, and we will consult with them and work with them and then get to know their clients, and we will provide organization, downsizing, or home staging services. So we'll go in and give an assessment of the space, whether they're trying to sell or maybe they've recently bought a home, and we will give them our expert advice on what they can do to achieve their real estate goal. A lot of times, we find that it's about clients that are looking to sell and they have an overaccumulation of things. And what comes up is, what are they going to temporarily do with their things to put their home on the market and present it in the best way possible? And we come in and kind of act as a buffer between the client and the realtor and give our expert opinion and advice to how they can create a temporary system with their things to declutter, depersonalize, and make their house shine for the market.
Yeah, and folks, if you think you can do it, can it be done? Sure, but you probably could bring in HomeStream to kind of help you through that process. You got enough to worry about with closing and so on and so forth. So we just have a few minutes left here in the podcast. So Emily, I'll start with you. Is there anything else about HomeStream or anything else that you'd like to share that you want the folks to know about? Again,
we can be as hands-on as you'd like. We can do as much as you'd like. So you really set the tone for what you want with your home project. And again, we really emphasize on enhancing your space to improve your overall well-being. Our space really impacts us immensely, how we feel, how we go throughout our day, and small changes can make a big difference. And that's what we really get to the bottom of. When we meet with you, we ask the questions: how do you live? How do you work? How do you play? And that really gives us an insight where we are able then to provide you with the best type of environment.
That's great, thank you. And then Paula, how about you? Anything else you wanted to share with the audience here?
I would like to share that we do provide a free discovery call. So if you'd like to speak with us on the phone and talk to us about your specific problem areas, the discovery calls are free. We're happy to speak with you on the phone, and you can maybe you can make a note of our numbers. My number is 484-302-8208. You can talk to me. Again, my specialty, really, I do lean with more into the seniors, and the downsizing is my biggest specialty. Emily's number is 484-302-8184, and that's her number. We do have a website, homestreamspace.com, so you can check out our website. But if you we would answer questions. We'd be happy to speak with you at greater detail. We love talking to people, and you can get to know us a little better if you do a discovery call.
Yeah.
And those are free. So we welcome the calls. We love working with people. We feel we're very approachable. So we love going in people's homes and helping their home work better for them, or helping them with their move to their next place.
You both are very approachable. We're having a good time here. So even if you just call Paula or Emily just to say hello and introduce yourself, they would appreciate that. It doesn't necessarily need to be about business. They're all about creating connections. But they certainly would like to hear if you have some sort of need, just to kind of talk about it a little bit and see where they can best assist. So thank you both for joining me today.
Thank you.
This was great. Yes. Thank you for passing the microphone back and forth. So So my guests today have been Emily and Paula from HomeStream. Once again, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Chamber Chat. My name is Bill Vitiello. I am the Director of Institutional Relationships for the Victory Bank, and now your Treasurer for the Tri-County Area Chamber of Commerce. And until we connect again, all my best. Bye for now. So everybody, just when you think the episode ended, we were talking again off camera here, and with Paula specifically. I guess, Paula, there's a lot that you folks do with realtors, and you said you have a presentation you typically would present to realtors. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Right. We do have some educational programming that we do in the community, and we do have a program we do for real estate companies, a PowerPoint presentation. It's pretty short and succinct. It's about 30 minutes. We go out to different real estate companies and present it to the realtors under our HomeStream Sold, where we talk to them about how we can help facilitate selling the property, helping with the staging, working as, like Emily said, the buffer between them and the potential seller so they don't offend them about what they feel they need to get cleaned up and packed up to get that house on the market. There have been realtors who've shared with us they've actually lost listings when they went back to have them sign the paper and they talked to them about things they had to clean up. The person got upset with them and then didn't list with them. So that is one thing we talk about. We talk about that. And we also talk about what we have something called a showing day package, where if we're already working with somebody through a realtor, we will then on a showing day, people are very busy. You know, you're trying to get out of your house in the morning. You might have a child in school, a child in daycare. You're both working and you have a showing at 10 o'clock. Well, is your house going to look like it looked on picture day? Is it going to look like it did, for the pristine look for the pictures? Maybe not, because you had breakfast, Fido was on the sofa, your beds aren't made. So we have a showing day package where we'll come in before the showing and get that house to look like it did when we helped you get it ready for the pictures.
Right.
So we'll get it picture ready. And we also do work with buyer agents because, when you get somebody to buy a house and they move in and they're busy as well, we help them with the unpacking and the setting up so that people can not have to miss so many days of work. We help people get set up, get their kitchen set up, get their beds made, get the house ready to go, and set up so they can kind of move on, and we even take away the boxes, cut them down and take away those boxes.
Nice.
So we do have a program for realtors that we've been actively doing in the area.
Great. Well, thank you for sharing. I don't know if you caught me smiling a little bit when you said that there's like a last minute showing or something. I remember when I was younger, my parents were, they wanted to show the house and we got a call that somebody was coming over in 15 minutes. We shoved everything in the cabinets. There was pizza boxes underneath the couch. Like we just went crazy hiding all this stuff. But that's something that you'll kind of help prevent as you make the plan with the realtor and the homeowner. So thank you so much for sharing. And thank you also to the audience for hanging on to the end of this episode. I wanted to make sure we shared that it's another great opportunity that HomeStream has for our chamber audience and for the realtors out there. So thank you once again for hanging on.
Great,
so
thank you.
Yeah, sure thing. So once again, until we connect again, all my best. Bye for now. Again.
For more information, visit homestreamspace.com. To contact Paula, you can do so at 484-302-8208 or paula@homestreamspace.com. To contact Emily, you can do so at 484-302-8184 or email emily@homestreamspace.com. Thank you for watching.